you, everyone. It's Ada from Poison Rock, and I want to introduce again, even if everyone knows, Chloe Trujillo. We give her a huge welcome back. How, Chloe, how is going?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me back. It's going well. It's pouring rain here in LA.
Okay.
So I just got here a little like right on time, but the roads, a lot of the roads are closed around me. So there's mudslides, there's debris, rocks, and all this, but we're all good, and I made it.
Careful.
So
yeah, because, I saw some video of friends in LA just dealing with a lot of water, even in their basement, like almost.
Yeah. A lot of people have leaks and all that stuff. It's kind of crazy.
But we are here. Last time we spoke about last time we spoke about your amazing career that I think people all over the world knows, but we just remember that. Chloe Trujillo is an amazing artist. She's a painter. She's a fashion designer. She's a woman of, let's say, any type of industry you're involved, any type. But right now, this interview is mainly focused about this talk. Let's say interview, I don't like it, it's too professional. It's focused about a beautiful project because you are always been involved in music, always, since you were younger. But there always never be like a name for the project. It was kind of Chloe Trujillo and the Rav.
Yes. Yeah. Well, the reason for that is we started as Chloe Trujillo Ravmetic because we both did a show separately. So me solo Chloe Trujillo and him. Yeah. And then for a fundraiser during COVID, and we never met in person. Because it was for a fundraiser, so every artist would go on stage and do their performance and leave, and then the next, because it was 2020. Yeah. So after this show, I think that's how he heard of me, and I heard of him. So he contacted me to collab on one song, and so for one song, we thought, well, we don't need to find a band name because it's maybe one song. And so we did this collab on one song and we released it as Chloe Trujillo Ravmetic. And from there was a label that reached out and wanted to release our music, work with us. And so we're like, oh, well, let's keep it that name for now. And it's when we started doing shows that's and at first it was just the two of us writing music and creating songs. And for playing shows, we had to create a band. And the first 3 shows, we did it as Chloe Trujillo Ravmetic. And now it was time to find a name. So now we're on Boulevard of Eyes.
Boulevard of Eyes,
which is actually a name of one of our songs. That's how we picked it. We went through a lot of names, and most of the names we liked were already taken. And we didn't find anybody that's called Boulevard of Eyes. And so I like the little mystical.
Yeah, I was saying the same thing.
Boulevard of Eyes,
because of course, there's always, because of course, it's a project, it's a band, but as well, it's keep the essence of your view of Chloe, because that's the spirituality, this mysticism, that it's beautiful.
Yeah, and I like eyes. Yeah. I have eyes everywhere. I have eyes.
You have Boulevard of Eyes on you.
So exactly, I was like, that makes sense. We just do it. Yeah.
But as well, before choosing their name and let's say moving as a Boulevard of Eyes, you as well released a beautiful video clips. Music.
Yeah,
oh my God, they're beautiful, because you are a performer, that's for sure. And like I told you the first time, you're like a mix of this iconic, musician that goes from that something that reminds me of Björk, something of Madonna, something of I don't know, Cher. This amazing musician. You have something, but as well you have you. That's kind of unique. That's why I wanted as well to point in music, because you have a unique sound in your voice. You have a unique vocal. Did you ever take lessons for studying music, like for really like for example, watching because you have a beautiful vocals.
For many years, I worked with different vocal coaches, and also I worked with music in general. I mean, you know, I studied when I was a kid. I did solfeggio, I did piano, and then I did guitar, and of course I did voice. My grandfather was an opera singer, professional, and he was touring too, and all of that. So he was always singing. And so he inspired me always to sing. And yeah, I worked with vocal coaches in Paris when I lived there. And then I moved to New York. I was doing musical theater and cabaret stuff, and I worked with vocal coaches there. And then when I moved to LA, I worked with a different vocal coaches here too. Always to try to improve and, you know, and do many different things. Like feel free to do whatever, you know, if I want to sing in a certain way, make sure I don't hurt myself. So really learn the different techniques for all kinds of vocals,
and
you know?
That's the beauty of it, because you went through, let's say, Paris, then maybe there's some type of teaching way of teaching.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah,
and even in musical theater, you know, it's a different type of singing. It's almost, I want to say there's a lot of similarities between like classical training too, because I did that too for opera and things, and I feel like musical theater is in between like pop and opera, like it's kind of like that kind of thing, but then you get, you know, learning more rock stuff. I studied also like jazz and scatting, just not necessarily but just it's interesting to learn all these different ways of singing.
I think as well something really important is that in different technique of singing, there is as well like different types of, let's say, how to avoid to hurt your own voice, your own vocal cords.
Yeah,
so basically you learn all the tricks
and then also like a way to stay healthy in the voice, you know, because if you're singing every night or every day, you want to keep everything healthy and strong. So
of course then the biggest advice is like, do not smoke, do not get dry, do not burn your own vocals. That's the best thing we say as well for the kids, that maybe the teenagers that watch that, do not smoke, it's not healthy.
No. Drink alcohol is also very drying. You can like I don't really drink that much, but I'll have like a glass of wine or beer here and there, but before a show, never.
No, because as well you want to perform, like to be at your
I'm drinking tea right now. See, tea is good.
I will have a think an herbal tea too later. Mauve and lavender, something really like
nice.
Refreshing and calmer. Now if we start to talk about herbs and mysticism, we come back into another world. That's the beauty of you. That I love that of you, that you're so full of culture that we can speak about everything. And I know that as well, this culture that you have, this way of, and I think as well comes from because like you mentioned, you studied basically theater. It comes as well how you perform on the music video or on the live shows. That's beautiful, because you're a complete performer. I mean, like I said, you should act in some movie as well, because that's perfect. I mean, you have all the papers that needs to be, but I mean, your career is so full that I think you won't have time maybe to act. All right, because it's really interesting, because as well, especially for the teenager that look up for, you know, some role model as a woman right now, and especially even right now and tomorrow and yesterday, you're really someone to look for. Because if I look for myself, I mean, we are kind of thinking the same period of age, but as well, if you know, if I was younger, I would look for someone like you to follow up, because having so many interests, but as well keeping, you know, like the feet on the ground, going straight to your road. That's really good, healthy way to teach as well, you know, having a family. So basically continue your dreams, but as well with feet on the ground. And the meantime, being spiritual, you know, that's Are you human, Chloe? Are you a human?
It's I mean, it takes time to get to, you know, be able to do everything, and just, but I think it's just like you say, staying grounded but yeah, having that spiritual aspect is always a balance, you know.
Yin and yang.
But that's I think the painting helps me in that too, to stay grounded. The art, like just doing art with like a material, like physical material, and also the writing. Like when I write songs, I'm more like, it's more grounding because it's more this, but at the same time, it's you know, with art and music, there's also the channeling that comes through. So it's like really the both worlds. It's like almost like they meet here at the heart level, and then they come out. It's
solar
out
plexus.
through the voice, through
it's like a releasing throughout the solar plexus, because that's the people. Because many people do not realize that the solar plexus is where all the stress and anxiety and all the heaviness of the world gets stuck. It's one of the main suffering chakra.
No, it's true. It's true. Like, and then the day, like nowadays, we're like all kind of in a protective mode. It's like very, it's a weird world. So to stay open is hard.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. But like we just take a little bit of spiritual road, we come back to the music one. Like we were saying, of course, like now with the name Boulevard of Eyes, of course we say to the people that on the social for example on Instagram, it's just written BLV of Eyes. So that's a form that as well are you using, you know, like to make a logo, or to use it for the flag, or you know, for the event?
Yeah, we made a logo. We created a logo. Actually, a friend of mine who's in Switzerland, whose brand is called Fly Art, and he created our logo. But I told him, I didn't tell him much, but I you know, he knows me. He's a friend, so he knows I love eyes. So we made this logo, and if you look closely, it's like actually the shape of an eye, like the Boulevard of Eyes. And he use what resembles the font that he created it, but it kind of resembles like the Middle Ages notation, the notations for notes. So kind of like these cool things. And I just love the full aspect. And we went through different logos. It was funny because there was one that I really liked, but he said it's a little too obvious because it had the shape of the eye, but then it had like a lot of symbols in it, but they were like a little too obvious, and I was like, yeah, I agree, it's a little too much, because it had like the moons and everything, and I was like, yeah, maybe it's
I mean, a couple of years ago, a couple of years ago, the moon, they weren't so granted. Now everyone has the moon, and sometimes I see my tattoo and say, okay, everyone has the same tattoo. We have all the same tattoo nowadays, even the moon. But it's, I mean, you just really, I mean, that's this logo has been already released, because I didn't see on social media yet.
I don't even know because Mark is the one that kind of handles everything. I don't know if he put it out yet, maybe not, but we're gonna do, because we want to, you know, for flyers and everything, use it.
Yeah, of course.
It's not been used on any flyers yet, so that I know.
Because I have in front of me the Instagram, so
maybe it's not been released yet.
So let's say it's gonna be a surprise, let's say.
Yeah, I mean, I described it, but you can look,
it's beautiful. It looks like really something, of course, as well. That's kind of mysticism as well. I mean, that's beautiful. And of course, like you, because as well you played we were speaking before, you played in January the Whiskey Go Go. How did it go?
It was great. It was so much fun. You know, last time I played there was with Robert. Like, we played one song. We played Hand of Doom, you know, Black Sabbath cover, and that was in March. So it was fun to get back on that stage, and it's always a good time. Plus, because it was we were the opening band, so we played 7 songs, a full set. Before the jam started, and in the jam there's so many friends, so many great musicians playing that night. It was a packed house, and it was really a lot of fun.
It's like a party, let's say.
You know, it feels so good to, you know, we all been through like the COVID and the lockdown and not being, even though it's been a while now, but that things have reopened, but it just always feels good to see all the friends and have a good time and perform and you know and meet new people and it was just
beautiful.
I like the whiskey. I like
I mean, it's historical.
There. Like it's really awesome. So it went really well. It was good. It was
in the live, let's say in all Boulevard of Eyes, which are the others musicians involved? Because of course people, I think they already figure it out, but let's pretend that we are naive. So which are the other musicians involved?
Well, you know, I mean, my daughter is our drummer.
She's
awesome. I asked her when we were looking for a drummer, I told Mark, I said, hey, listen, my daughter's really great. And I'm not saying because it's my daughter, I'm saying it, she's awesome. And I see her, she's playing every day for hours after school because she's 17. It's her last year of high school. She's going to be 18 in June. But she's been, you know, she's amazing. And I know I can count on her to do the work and she's disciplined and she's so.
And it's someone that is reliable, is beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. And we tried her out in a rehearsal and he was like, she's great. So she got the gig.
And how does she feel?
You know, it's not just me making the decision. Everybody has to agree. And so Lula's on the drums, and then Kevin, amazing guitar player.
Yeah.
Mark brought him in because Mark and him knew each other from bands in the past, and I think they had played together. And so Mark is like, oh, let's check out Kevin. And so same thing, we kind of checked him out during a rehearsal, and it was like, yeah.
Let's say that this is not only.
So it's good because not only you want good musicians, but you want good people with personalities that go, you know, like everybody on the same level, you know, and so yeah.
Exactly. And as well, I mean, because as well, like being a musician, like is not, I mean, it's not easy nowadays because you have always to find a good chemistry as well. Like everyone in the same room, like rehearsal, while you do the rehearsal, you have to like, okay, we're on the same page. And if you're going forward, it means that you find the right people. And what did you think your daughter when she did she was the first live with you, like with the Boulevard of Eyes in that night?
She was great. We did the first show we did. Well, we were still called Chloe Trujillo Rhythmic. We played at Universal Bar and Grill, which is by Universal Studio here. That was our first ever gig together, all as a band. And it was amazing. It was great. You know, I get nervous for her. I'm like, okay, it's her first show. Let's see. And she was great.
I think you as a mom is super proud to see your daughter like being playing the drums so good.
But you want everybody to succeed, you know, everybody to have a good time and play well and enjoy themselves. And it's great because we also have shows in Paris coming up in early April that we just confirmed. And it's amazing because I get to travel with my...
You have one in the 10th of February, which I read. You have a
yes.
But that's Saturday night. Yeah.
We have one in downtown LA at the Cement. And I think we're gonna have another one in March. I'm waiting for confirmation. And then in early April, we're gonna play in Paris. And it's great because I get to travel with my daughter now. So
I mean, mom and daughter. I mean, that's a that's as well a good thing because that's a kind of showing to the world that having a good relationship with your mom and with your daughter is possible. That's the time you do things together, and it's beautiful as well to show. I mean, to see, you know, especially like I was telling a lot of young girls maybe saying, oh, she's the drummer, she's with her mom. Maybe that will push to do more things with your mom. That's beautiful.
I hope so. You know, I always treated my kids as human beings, not as my kids. Like they're my kids. I love them. I'm there for them. All that. But you know, like I said, I wouldn't have told anybody that my daughter plays drums if I didn't see her work hard and really good, because you know I wanted her. Yeah, exactly. So, but it's great, and we get along great, and she's like my little friend. You know, she's my friend.
Yeah, she's
my
like
daughter,
a friend, like a colleague musician. So that's beautiful. Yeah, that's beautiful. And as well, like being in the same, you know, in the same family, you can talk with like, oh, do you like this song? Do you like this idea?
Yeah.
You are a little bit ahead of the others who started the music.
Yeah, and even for rehearsal, we haven't done it lately, but she would play the drums and I would sing to the drum beat, because you know when you know the song enough, you need the other instrument to practice, and it's just fun, you know, fun. And she inspires me because she's a hard worker, and I see her practice, and it's inspiring.
So let's say that we will see Boulevard of Eyes more on the music scene, like going forward.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
So maybe we will see there's some plans of music as well, some music, new music recording, maybe some.
Yeah, we have actually our second EP is been ready for a while. We're just trying to come up with a plan for the release. So
it's gonna be under the name of Boulevard of Eyes this time.
Yes.
Beautiful. So it's gonna be like, so the first like Chloe Trujillo and the Arithmetics, now it's gonna be Boulevard of Eyes. So the songs are ready basically.
The songs are finished, mastered, everything.
Everything.
We're just been waiting. We're like, you know, but we're gonna with a plan. It's six new songs.
Okay. There's some difference from the first one, like you moved a little bit different in the sound in this new EP.
Yeah, it's kind of a similar vibe, but a little bit different. We had the pleasure of having Ray Luzier, you know, from Korn, play the drums. He recorded the drums for that album, and different guest musicians. So yeah, so it's been it's gonna be good. I can't say when it's gonna come out. It's all ready to go. We're gonna discuss in the next few days what the plan of attack is,
and hopefully there will be as well like music videos, I think, because I mean your music video, they are fucking inspirational to me when I don't know what to wear in the morning or how to feel in the mood. I need that. That's, I mean, and of course, like, I don't know, some lives as well, because of course going to Paris, like you were saying, I mean, there are festivals all around the Europe, in the world.
Yeah, I know we're probably, that's why we're like trying to come up with a plan. We've been playing some of these songs live, some of the new songs live, even though they're not released. And but I think it would make sense to release and do a mini tour or something after. So
maybe a little bit local at the beginning, and then
and I've been involved in different projects. So for example, I just recorded a couple songs, not the whole vocals. I recorded vocals, little parts of vocals, choruses for 2 different songs for this project called Savage Lands, and
I saw something as well. They were doing a beautiful makeup.
Yes, the shaman did. And that we were shooting a music video, and it's going to be pretty cool. And I'm looking forward. And that's
a project called Savage Land.
Yes, that's so Savage Lands, and they're trying. So it's this couple that lives in Costa Rica and seeing the damage like over the years. That trees have been cut, and so. A lot of the ecosystem was affected, so they're buying land and they're replanting the trees. So all the animals are coming back, everything's like coming back to life. So all supported by this music project. So everything 100% goes back into the land and you know, trying to do this. So I'm excited, and there's going to be a lot more coming up with this project too. So I'm excited about that too, because it's for a good cause, and I think it's necessary.
It's gonna come out like as well an EP and a full length, or it's gonna be like more a documentary, video clips.
I don't know what they're gonna do. I'm just happy to participate, and obviously they're gonna do shows, I think, because it's music. Whenever some of the songs I've been are gonna be played, if I'm around, I hope to be able to sing live also with them. And I think they're doing mini videos here and there to show the progress. They just had an article yesterday, I think, in Heart Force magazine or something. I don't want to say something. I just reposted it.
No, but it's important.
Yeah, Heart Force magazine. I'm right. That they have like a feedback of what they already were able to do concretely. So I'm involved in a lot of projects, and I love it. So it's kind of nice to
to be more busier than you actually are.
Yeah, well, you know.
But it's beautiful, this one as well, you said, Savage Land, because I think it should be spread all over the world, because if we keep one part of the world is like, that's kind of improve the ecosystem of one part of the world, as well the other part of the world is gonna be improving, because the world is all the earth needs to be in balance. And now it's gonna be it's completely almost destroyed by the fires we had here in LA. I mean, there's gonna be, let's say a disaster is happening in the last year. So if there is a chance that someone is doing something good, we need to spread it the word, because if we don't save the land, the earth now, I mean, ourselves, who is gonna do it? There's not, I mean, so
I know.
Thanks for telling about this project. I'm gonna take a look to this project and see as well.
I know we're talking
them as well.
Yeah, because I know we're talking about Boulevard of Eyes, but it's
important as well to say.
It's an important,
and as well, I'm gonna try to contact them, see if we can do some interviews as well, because it's important to spread this type of thing. And me being, as you know, involved with the nature as well, it's my life. It's if we don't help the nature, I mean, what's gonna left? See it burning, it's heartbreaking. When I saw my land completely burned this summer, I mean, we are having not even a stream, not almost. It's nothing growing. If it doesn't rain, nothing is growing. And being in the south of Europe, it's gonna be hell. Between Greece and Sicily, it's gonna be hell. So I was like, I felt like a part of me like went away, seeing all this black. It seems like almost a volcano, you know, all this black land was devastating. So I'm happy to see and to know that there are good people in the world.
Absolutely.
So before ending, of course, let's just summarize. So the 10th of February, I mean, this weekend, you're gonna play live.
At the Smell, yes.
There is gonna be some EP, an EP, let's say, released. People have to say
very soon. It's gonna be released this year for sure, and then we'll have a full-length album as well. So I'll announce it. We'll announce it at the Boulevard of Eyes on the Instagram. I'll announce it on my Instagram, Chloe Trujillo. We're still in the talks, but it's ready to go. So it's just a matter of
we will update once there will be all the full length, so we can talk about each song and all of that. I'm looking forward. And of course, for everyone, just that all the link will be of Instagram and everything. We'll put it in the interview, of course. And just to people will be in Paris, go to see Boulevard of Eyes.
April 6th.
So just go and support. I mean, because we need more of these songs. So what can I say, Chloe? It's always a pleasure speaking with you, and it's really peaceful.
Thank you so much.
You're really an amazing human being, completely. So hope to see you soon one day in some live, some, I don't know, show art or some nature, maybe a festival in nature with some fashion, something. And thank you for everything, really. Have a beautiful day and enjoy your day with your family. Greetings to everyone.
Thank you. Have a good night, you. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, dear. Bye.